Okay, hi everyone. First of all, thanks a lot for joining in India and the Indian subcontinent, the Middle East. Thanks for joining late evening, and in United States, in UK, United States, Canada, a very good morning, and Europe, very good afternoon, very good evening, right? So I think we have got a global audience right across all the countries, all the continents today. So my name is Anand Naik. I'm the CEO co-founder of Techmentry. I am Ahmedabad alumni. And we have been keeping this various masterclass and various webinar sessions across Saturdays, and we are getting a good response for that. Just to brief you about Techmentry, Techmentry is into online education, one-to-one teaching, mentoring, training for kids in the age group of 8 to 20. We have different AI coding tech courses with us. All are Harvard certified, and we have some very good teachers, IITians, people from very good colleges within India, outside India, global, from US, right? And today we wanted to highlight one of our courses, Python, AI powered Python, and of course AI course as well. So we have got a very good teacher, Abhinay Yadav. Yadav is an happens to be an IITian. He's done his master's in machine learning and AI from IIT Jodhpur, and he also has studied, worked right at IIT Kanpur, IIT Mandi. He has been a senior data scientist, machine learning AI engineer in a US based company, and he's our expert in AI, machine learning, data science, right, and Python. So Abhinav, over to you. I think the stage is all yours. I think you can continue with your master classes. I think while the audience joins, please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for introducing me. And thank you everyone for joining over here. And see, in today's lecture or in today's master class, right? So we are actually going to cover, the most of the concept from the beginning, right? From the vibe coding to the main coding, you can say building your own personalized chatbot, right? Uh, Maybe using the Python, right? Or maybe you can use some other languages as well. So we are going to see that how the vibe coding is important means maybe we can just also see the drawbacks of the vibe coding. And in that particular flow, right, we will try to build our own, agentic AI application or, a kind of the generative AI application, right? So let me just share my screen. Means I have the very small presentation over here. And along with that presentation, we will do the hands-on in today's masterclass. And that masterclass will be moreover, right, based upon the vibe coding, right? It is moreover based upon the coding, right? The hands-on coding that how you can build your own application from the scratch, or maybe you can say own personalized chatbot or own custom chatbot. So just give me a moment. Yeah.
Yeah, you can share
So
your screen, Abhinay. Yeah, you can
yeah,
start.
I
Okay.
guess my screen is visible to everyone,
Yes,
right?
yes, it is visible to everyone. Yeah, please go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah. So in today's session, what we will do, we are going to cover means everything from the vibe coding, which is our the first component, right? Then after that, we are going to see some sort of drawbacks of the vibe coding. And then I'm just going to introduce the one a kind of very interesting thing we have right now in the market nowadays, right? Even in the industry, you can ask any big companies, right? They are actually working on the MCP server, right? You will heard about the automation, right? So the question is that from where this automation is actually coming into the picture, right? And how this automation is actually taking place. So for that particular thing, we have a one very important thing, right? And very important topic that is called the MCP server. So we are going to see this MCP server as well, right? I will just show you the clear demonstration that, okay, how we can use this MCP server, right? How we can design our own MCP server if you want to go much more personalized way, right? And we are going to see some sort of, the MCP server that we can just connect with our some cloud code like application, or maybe you can use the chat GPT. And if you are using the Gemini, so you can actually connect with those as well, right? So this fifth section will be, or the fifth component is going to be the build your own custom MCP server. And after that, I'm just going to show you the very interesting and the very powerful concept that is called the RAG. I will just show you some sort of the drawbacks if you're not going to use the RAG concept. And if you're going to use the RAG concept, what will be the outcome, right? That how you can actually enhance your productivity, or maybe you can say the productivity or the efficiency, right, in your daily task, right? How you can learn the different things and all these things. So this is going to be the session for this particular masterclass, and these are the topic that I'm just going to cover right from the scratch. See, if you don't have any kind of knowledge or anything, just don't worry, right? We are going to cover everything from the very scratch, right? And if you have any kind of questions, so you are very free to ask, right? You can just unmute yourself, you can just interrupt in between, right? You can just ask your doubt. Okay. So I guess now we can start, right? So the first component that we are going to see, that is called the vibe coding, right? So this is the kind of very popular, the word we have right in the market, vibe coding and the vibe coder, right? So see, what is vibe coding means a person who does not know how to code, right? But he want to make some sort of application, he want to make some sort of website, right? Maybe for the demo purpose or maybe for the prototype purpose, right? So he or she can actually take the help of the vibe coding, right? Vibe coding is moreover, powered by the, one component that is called the prompt engineering, right? So if you are going to do vibe coding, right? So you should be the very good, prompt engineer. Right? You should know that, okay, how we need to give the input to the LLM, or you can say your small language model. LLM in a way, you can say the chat GPT, right? Or many other tools, whatever we have in the picture, right? I will just show you the demonstration of the one tool from the scratch, and I'm just going to create a very good website, right? Using that particular tool from the scratch. Maybe you can just consider for a kind of prototype level, right? So if you're going to see this particular definition, right? What is vibe coding? Describe it, AI build and ship it, right? Very basic, right? You don't need to code anything. On behalf of you, AI is actually going to do everything, right? So you just give the natural language input, right? Any language. I mean, if you know the Hindi, if you know the English, if you know some sort of other languages, right? If you think that that particular tool, whatever you are using, that support the different languages, right? It is multilingual in nature. So at that moment, what you can do, you can just simply give the input, right? In the form of prompt, right? And after that, what will happen? The AI is actually going to generate the basic code for you, right? And once the code is actually generated, right? So there will be the kind of conversational interaction, right? Means between you, right? Between the AI. If you want to give some sort of interrupt, okay, that the theme of my website should look like this. So you can actually convey this thing to your AI that, okay, I want the website in this particular way, right? Then from whatever the idea you have thought about, see, I just told you now, the vibe coding is much more popular, right? For building the small solution, right? A kind of, you can say the prototype, right? So, or you can say your idea. Let's say you want to build anything for the startup, or if you have anything in your mind, right? Something idea, and you want to check whether it is going to work or not, right? And you don't want to hire any kind of developer or something like that. So you can actually use the help of vibe coding. You can just create your own website. Even you can just deploy as well, right? So I will just show you end to end everything from creating a scratch website, right? From the scratch, right? And then deploying to, some free, the resources you can say. We are going to actually use the Versal for that particular thing, right? I'm just going to tell you everything, right? What is Versal? How is everything is actually going to work, right? So that means from idea to this fast tab, right? So what used to take the developer, right? I mean, if we talk about the without vibe coding, if you are going to hire a developer or something, right? So it can actually take a week, right? Maybe the 2 week just to build those kind of application or those kind of website. So let me just show you one quick demo, right? That okay, how you can just create a very simple website. So I have a very powerful tool, and that tool is called the anti-gravity, right? So this is the kind of AI coding companion powered by the vibe coding, right? And me myself also use this kind of tool, right? Because let me just tell you very frank, means from the HTML, CSS, right, JavaScript, I'm not that much good with those tech. right? But yeah, I'm familiar with the AI, machine learning, generative AI, agentic AI. So the thing is that let's say I want to make something, right, or any kind of website, right? And in that particular website, if let's say I want to demonstrate some component of the AI or something like that, right? So do I need to learn the HTML, CSS, and all those things? Because that particular thing is the idea, right, that I want to develop, right? So the answer is no. So what we can do at that moment, we can just simply use the help of these kind of tools, right? Even I can just show you. One website recently I have developed, right? So that is for the machine learning only. So that is called the feature engineering 9 versal.app, right? So this is the website designed by me, right? I don't know anything means regarding this, HTML, CSS and all those things, right? Which is actually used for building the uh, application, right? Maybe these kind of application, the web application and all these things, right? But yeah, you can just see over here, I have designed a kind of very good, right, website which have some sort of animation, right? And everything is there, as you can just see over here, right? So I can do these kind of stuff very, very well, right? So let me just show you one quick demonstration from the scratch, right? That okay, how you can use this anti-gravity, which is a kind of very powerful tool, right, offered by the Google, right? And how we can just use it, right? So what you can do, you can just directly go to the Google, right? Open your Chrome and you can maybe type over there anti-gravity, right? Um, so you can just write over here anti-gravity, okay? And you can just simply download this anti-gravity in your system, right? And then after that, it is actually going to ask you some authentication with your Gmail ID, right? So you can actually give that as well, right? And once you have downloaded, right, your anti-gravity, then you can just simply open from your desktop, right? So you can just see over here, my anti-gravity is loading, right? So I'm just working on a one project, that the same project I have just shown you, right? So I'm just going to simply see, this is the same project that I have been working for from, from the longer period of time. And it is going to continue as well, right? I'm just going to update n number of the things over here, right? But let's say I want to just show you something very from the very scratch, right? So what I can do, I will just simply go over here, right? So these are the different applications that I have made, right? So I want to start the new, you know, new work tree, or you can just say, I want to make something new, right? From the scratch. So what I can do, I can just have the new project, right? I can just simply make a new folder, let's say over here, right? I can just design one folder and I'm just giving the master class, right? Underscore AI, the name of this particular folder in which I'm just going to create everything, right? I'm just going to select this folder. So this is going to the master class and hit enter, right? And then hit enter and then create, right? So right now I'm in my this masterclass folder, right? So see, now the thing is that if we talk about the vibe coding, right? So for the vibe coding is actually depends, right, on your idea, what you want to make, right? How you think, right? That is very, very important. Because if your thinking is not in the correct manner, right? It is in not the correct way, right? Or it is in not the correct path, right? So maybe it is not going to design, right, the same thing, whatever you want to see, right? So the logic, right, everything is going to be much more precise. Okay. So I will recommend, if you are going to write any kind of prompt or something like that, before that, you should make a kind of system architecture, right? System architecture in the sense, the basic flow that, okay, how the things are actually going to work, right? So let me just write over here, right? Make a website for a AI masterclass, right? And you can just where, right? I can just write over here where the people from across the world, right, are going to, right, join. Okay. Then after that, I can just write over here, uh, this masterclass, right, is moreover for the topic, right? I can just write over here data science. Okay. And I can just give some sort of topic, let's say machine learning, right? I can just write over here AI, right? I can just write over here Gen AI, I can just write over here agentic AI, right? Then I can just write over here vibe coding, right? And let's say after this thing, you want to describe the theme, right? So theme, let's say I want to have the theme of anyone who wants to suggest any kind of theme. Yes, among the audience, anyone. You want to unmute, if you want, you can just unmute yourself. You can just let me know anything you want to suggest from your end for this particular website, whatever we are going to design. Uh, I'm just hoping for anyone who can just let me know.
Yeah, we can have more of AI theme, right? Wherein there is coding in the background and AI models in the background. That kind of a theme
Okay.
you're talking about, or what kind of theme are you looking for?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Okay, so we can just take the theme of AI coding, right? Something in background, right? Or if you want to be more precise, so you can just generate this prompt, right, from the GPT, from the Gemini as well, right? So you can just copy this thing, right? Or either if you want to directly give, so you can just directly give as well, right? So
Yeah,
I'm just going to,
it can be a new age kind of a theme, right? New age technology,
yeah,
high tech
okay.
kind of a theme. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can just write over here the new age theme, right? Something like that. Okay. And then I can just write over here, let's say this website, right, is going to be the single page. Single page in the sense, I mean, everything is going to be in a one page. If you want to have the multiple page as well, so you can actually have the multiple pages as well, right? So I'm just simply see it is actually going to give you some models, right? Gemini, Claude, right? All these models I have. I mean, I have the subscription, so I can just use, right? But after some sort of prompt, right? Actually, the thing can expire, right? But yeah, there is a kind of loophole, right? You just simply switch the email ID, right? And you can actually use, right, again on, you can just restart your own project. So it's remember everything, right? Whatever you have done previously, right? What kind of things you have written in the last prompt, everything is knows, right? But okay, so let me just hit this enter button. So we can just wait for some time, right? So see, you can just see over here, this is working, right? And I'm just focusing on the see this is the thinking of the model, right? Whatever you can just think over see over here, right? So this is how your model actually think. I mean, see, in the same way now, whenever we want to speak, so before speaking, what we do, we actually think something, right? And based upon the thinking, we actually develop some thought, right? And that thought, what we do, we actually speak. So in the same way, the model is also doing the same thing. Right now, which model we are using? We are using the Gemini 3.1 Pro, right? And this is the kind of very good model. And it's again depends from the model to model, right? The performance, the website, right? Whatever is there, right? I mean, I guess everyone knows these things that in the market we have the Chat GPT, we have the Gemini, we have the Claude, right? The performance of all those kind of these particular tools, they actually dependent upon what kind of model they are using, right? What kind of model they are using, I mean to say that what on which kind of data they have been trained, right? Those large language model or those small language model, right? So yeah, it will take a while, right? And maybe
Just one
after that,
question, anti-gravity even is a free tool, even we can access because I was also trying to download it on my mobile phone.
okay.
So would
Yeah,
I be
this is
able to
the
access it? Yeah.
Yeah, this is the free tool, means anyone can actually download this particular tool,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
They
Okay.
actually give some sort of free access, right? Means you can just have, I guess, 10 to 15 prompt, right? And you can just
Okay.
make something. And after that, what happened means it gets expired. But you can just purchase the subscription if you want that vibe coding is something that you do more oftenly, right? So you
Okay.
can just go with that thing. Okay.
But around
So
10 to 15 prompts is free, right? How many prompts you
yeah.
saying it's free? Like?
10 to 15 prompts are free, and it's again depends
Okay.
upon the how much depth you want in this particular tool to get work,
Okay.
right? if
Okay.
you're
Okay.
if you
Fair.
if you're designing something more depth, right, at that moment what will happen, it is actually going to consume more tokens. It is
Okay.
something dependent upon the tokens and all these things, right?
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Okay, so see, as you can just see over here, it has just simply created one HTML dot index dot HTML file, and then it has created one style dot CSV and JS file. If somebody knows, right, HTML, CSS, and JS, so I guess they are aware about these kind of things. right? Even you can just open this particular, this folder, and you can just see over there in this masterclass underscore AI, right? These kind of folder have been created. Now I'm just asking, I don't want to run manually anything, right? I'm just asking, run it locally. Locally in the sense, I don't want to deploy right now. I want to just check that, okay, what is the theme and everything, right? And then after that, I can just show you, see, it is just showing me Python -m HTTP server 8000, right? So I can just allow its access. Okay. So when I'm just allowing it access, so it is going to actually run, right? So yeah, so you can just see over here, it has just given me the local name. So I can just simply click over here and you can just see, right? The one very good website, right? The future of AI is here, right? Neural Mastery, it has given the kind of name as well, right? So background theme, you can just see, right? The theme that we have told to this particular prompt just to design, right? You can just see this header is also static. If you want that, okay, if you're scrolling, right? This header should get disappear. So you can just control those things as well, right? So, and see, it has made this form as well, right? Because LLM is having the thinking power just like the human, right? So it knows from its large amount of data set on which it has been trained, right? So what could be the possible thing that I can just write or I can deliver to the end user, right? So this is the very good website, right? Curriculum, right? And if you want to go join now, see every button, everything is going to be work, right? Now let's say what I want to make some sort of, some sort of changes in this particular, right, website. So what I can do, I can just simply ask my anti-gravity, right? Change name to Techmentry, right? So this is my company name, right? And add some, thumbnail kind of courses, right? Don't worry about the spelling mistake and all these things, right? It has the power, it is going to understand everything, right? So I mean, this is the kind of good thing as well, and this is the kind of, the drawback as well, right? So now the people means me myself, such a developer, right? So sometimes it's happened, right? I don't remember the, the spelling of some words. So these kind of things happen generally, right? But the thing is that you don't worry about these things, right? So AI is actually going to handle everything. Okay. So what it is doing, it is actually see generating the image with the help of Gemini, right? So these kind of images, right, it is going to generate as a kind of thumbnail, right? Maybe you are going to do all these things manually, but you don't need to worry about these things, right? Everything is going to be done by this particular tool. Very, very powerful tool, right? Just like the cursor, if you have heard, right? So moreover, similar to that, right? And but I prefer this thing, right? This particular because this is more powerful as compared to cursor, what I believe, right? It's again depend from perception to perception, from developer to developer, right? What is their work, right? What kind of things they want to do, right? So see, I want to allow, so I can just simply hit, right? So you need to simply allow, right? Few of the things, right? It need the access and this kind of allowness that whatever I'm just giving, that is called the interrupt, right? It is actually asking for the human interrupt in between, right? So it can actually build something more powerful, right? So I guess that is almost done. So it is just generating the copy, the generated image is finished, right? It is doing the changes in the, as your style.css file. And yeah, now we are good to go, right? Again, we can just click over here. So it has changed the name, right? And maybe you can just see over here, these are the few courses with the thumbnail, right? Machine learning, generative AI, agentic AI, and the vibe AI, right? So I guess this is a kind of, a kind of more powerful technique, or moreover, it's based upon the prompt engineering, right? Your workflow, right? What you want to design, right? That should be much more clear, right? If you're not sure that, okay, what I want to design, so maybe at that moment, right, it is not going to give you the same result, whatever you are thinking, right? So this is the one thing. Okay. So see, this vibe coding and all these things are very, very good, right? But there is a kind of some sort of drawbacks, right, associated with these vibe coding. So anyone who can just tell me what kind of drawback we can see in the vibe coding among the audience, anyone?
Karthik, you
Yes.
can unmute if anybody wants to say something, right? I think.
Yeah, definitely. So if someone want to ask anything, right, they want to contribute more, right, to this particular masterclass,
Yeah.
so they can just let me know.
Just I want to ask some other question, right? Abhinay, anti-gravity, is it an app? Because I was trying to download an app and I was not getting this. Like, just want to understand
So,
how.
so this is the kind of desktop application we have, right? This is
Okay,
moreover for the window, Mac, so you can just simply download. Yeah.
okay. Next, right. And the
Okay.
process similar to how we download a generative AI, like a Chat GPT or a Gemini. It works in
Exactly.
similar
Exactly.
fashion, is it?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. The similar thing, right?
got it. And
Okay.
and again, I'm just repeating myself, but and you're saying it's a free tool, right? It's a completely free tool, anti-gravity.
This is the completely free tool, right? You don't
Okay,
need to pay anything. Even see, I have purchased this particular thing, right? But in India, what we have means if you have the one company SIM is there, so they actually offer you the free AI Pro, right?
got it,
So I
got it.
just integrated with that particular thing, right? So I just got the free access of every tool, right?
Okay.
So yeah, so this is the one thing,
Okay.
right? See, right now you can just see over here that this particular
Hmm.
website is actually running in locally, right? Let's say I want to deploy it and I want to make it live. Live in the sense that anyone actually can access from that particular URL, right? From
Hmm.
across the world from anywhere. So what I can do,
Hmm.
I have one, there is a one free deployment thing we have that is called the Versal. So what is Versal?
Okay.
This is the very, very powerful, right? The platform we have whether you can simply deploy your, application and all these things already I have deployed, right? So many of things over here for free, right? So what I can do, let's say I want to deploy this website and I want to make it live. So what I can do, you need to just simply, make some sort of authentication of this anti-gravity, right, with your Versal app, right? That's it. So what I'm just writing over here, uh, deploy, right, this website to Versal, right? And yeah, and give me, right, URL. So I'm just hitting again, right? The same thing. So deploy this website to the Versal and give me URL, right? So what the first thing it is going to do, it is actually going to make the connection. So see, it is actually asking me npx Versal. So these kind of command, you don't need to worry, right? So it is again going to do the same thing. You need to just simply allow, right? So once I have allowed these things, so you can just see over here, it will take a while, right? Not that much, but yeah, 1 or 2 minutes, right? And see if there is kind of bug or something like that, so it is actually going to rectify by on its own, right? So you don't need to worry about those things as well. Okay. So you can just see over here, it is actually creating one file, right? And it is again running this thing, right? So if you're not aware about the coding and all these things, so maybe these lines is going to be the very new for you, right? Maybe you think, okay, that what it is actually doing, right? What does this particular line means, right? So but yeah, the work will be done, right? Don't worry. So see, deploy the website finished, right? And it is actually working over here. And see, so now you can just see over here, this website has been deployed, right? Now this is no more in local, right? See, I can just share this particular link, right, in the chat section. So anyone among you, they can just simply access this particular website, right? Although this is the free, so the reason being is that it's come with the Versal.app kind of extension, right? But yeah, if you have the domain as well, so you can just simply link your domain with this particular website, right? So maybe techmentryclass.com it will become, or maybe .ai, something like become, right? But yeah, again, the thing is that this vibe coding is see meant for the some sort of, idea to, some sort of prototype, right? Or kind of these things. So I don't think in that scenario you need to buy the domain or something like that. But if you need, so you can just simply connect as well. Okay, you can just simply give to this particular website again that, okay, this is my domain that I have purchased. Now replace these things with over here. Yeah, so, okay, sort of, yeah. So you can just let me know. Um, Saurabh, you want to ask
Yeah,
anything?
so I have a question.
Yeah,
So in this situation, in the website where we have the join now area, of course, we haven't added any place for it to send you the request in case somebody does register. But using anti-gravity, is it possible to also give the website like to say that if somebody registers on this website, send it to my email or
exactly. Yeah, definitely we can do. Means right now you can just see over here only front end part has been done, right? If you want, you can actually add the back end thing as well, right? Okay, let me just show you, right? So I can just give over here, right? Join now, right? Add or integrate, right? Backend as well, right? So in the backend, let's say if you have some sort of MongoDB, right? If you are aware about the MongoDB, right? Some databases, MySQL and all those things, right? So you can actually apply those things as well, right? So what I'm just going to do, so join now, this is the tab just I have given, right? And I want to add what? The backend component, right? So you can just see over here integrating the backend component in the same stuff, right? So this is possible. I mean, this is very, very easy to integrate the backend and the front end, everything, right? But the thing is that I cannot show you. See, see, even you can just ask over here, no? It has given you the implementation plan, right? So it is actually asking you if you approve it or if you want to have a specific database in your mind where you want to store your registration. I hope you're getting my point, right? So at that moment, you can
yes.
specify and it is actually going to integrate. So this is not a kind of big deal, right? For this, I mean, it is very, very powerful. You just believe me, right? Because see, it had done the deployment and all these things, right? For the free, right? Without any worrying about the or even opening your Vercel and all these things. You don't need to worry about these things, right? So you can just simply integrate the backend as well, right? So I just need to give, okay, what should be the, the database where I'm just going to hold all my registration, right? So let's say I'm just asking over here MongoDB, right? I'm just going to hit over here. Okay, my bad, the spelling is wrong. So, okay, so I'm just focusing on the tool to emphasize this and all these things. See, it is actually again asking you to install the MongoDB and all these things, right? Whatever the dependencies required just to run your backend. So it's very obvious it is going to download, right? So it is installing your MongoDB, right? So I guess I need to make the connection for the MongoDB, and after that you will just see. I hope. Am I making myself clear, right?
Yes, also, now like you've already deployed this one version of the website and now you've updated it on the back end. So does this
Mhm.
mean that now
Definitely.
to see the changes, you'll have
Yeah,
to redeploy?
yeah, it will do. It will do. Definitely, it will do. See,
It'll do
right
it
now,
automatically. We don't have to deploy it again.
yeah, we don't need to deploy it again. Yeah, it will do automatically, right? You need to just simply say, right, just push my changes to the Vercel. That's it, right? So you see what happened means you just see the things locally, right? If it is work, right? Because in the local thing, right, that is not a production level thing, right? But if you're going to the production, so at that moment, you should be ensure that okay, everything is working well, right? So you have to simply give the command, just push to the Vercel, that's it, right? Whatever the changes you are going to make, everything is going to be reflected in your production level, right? Whatever the website we have deployed. So
Yes, okay, thank you, sir.
yeah. So, okay. So as you can just see over here, means see, just like I can just give you this particular website name, right? So do you think that, okay, I'm just creating this website in a one go? No, that is not possible, right? Because all these machine learning algorithms are there, right? And for every algorithm, there is a kind of, visualization and all these things. So I'm just going to create the same way, right? I just, write my prompt, whatever I want to design and all these things, how my website should look and all these things, right? And after that, what I need to do, I need to, once I'm just sure, okay, that my local things are running well, I can just write over here, push to my Vercel. That's it, right? Again, the thing or the changes are going to be reflected over here in the same URL, right? So this is the, a kind of more powerful uh, tool we have, right? That you can just simply use, right? So yeah. So I guess see, it will get connected, right? Maybe it will take a while, right, just to get connect, right, with your database as well, and you can just connect with your database as well. So that is not a kind of big deal, right? But make sure that whenever it is doing some sort of instruction or it is actually executing some stuff, right? You read some sort of things very clearly, right? What it's actually doing, right? Usually, it is going to actually give you the command and all these things in a very layman format, right? That okay, the non-coder can also understand because these tools are moreover built for the person who don't know the coding, right? But they want to develop something on its own, right? So yeah, so this is all about the vibe coding, right? All vibe coding is very, very good, right? This is very, very famous among the youngsters, right, across the world, right? They can actually develop their idea, right? They can just have their own prototype and all those things. But the thing is
So
that,
Abhinay, so
yeah.
Abhinay, while you teaching, even I was trying to get my first website, the
Hmm.
anti-gravity, but I have
Hmm.
stuck somewhere. So if you have like couple of minutes, can I just show you like what I was doing in anti-gravity, or you're running
Yeah,
late
yeah,
for your master class?
yeah, yeah. No, no, no.
Uh,
You can just let me know. Yeah. Just
yeah, if it's
I'm
okay if I
stop
can share
here.
my screen, if that is okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
let me just share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Uh, not
Yeah.
yet. Yeah, now I can see. Yeah.
Yeah, so this I was just trying to I was just trying to work on a website, my own website right now for a cricket schedule during a
Okay.
calendar year. So I was just
Okay.
running, and as per your instruction, I was just trying to follow that. Now I was just clicking on submit and I was going ahead. So this
Hmm.
is where I reached, but now I'm not able to understand is saying that open index.html in any browser, or I don't need
Hmm.
to double click. So which I should double click this to open this website, and that website will be ready because I was just following the
Okay.
instruction.
Okay. So it is actually just showing you, mean your website is ready, right? So what is the thing? You need to see what it have made, right? So there are the two ways it's suggested to you. The first is that you go to that particular folder, right, where you have this particular cricket match scheduler, right? And you just double
Okay.
click the index.html, it will get open, right? Okay. And
Okay. Okay.
and see, it has just given you the path as well, right? I guess C drive, Dell, Gemini, anti-gravity, then cricket schedule underscore web, right? Hyphen web. So this is your path where you have made your folder,
Okay.
right? I guess so.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I
So
don't want to, I think, take
you don't
everybody's
want to
time.
go. You don't
I'll
want
go
to.
through it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I guess
I'll
you
go
don't
through
want.
it.
Mhm.
Sorry. I'll go through it, and I'll share the link with everybody. Now, let me go through it.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
not take everybody's time. I'll go through it, and then I'll share that particular link over here.
Yeah, you can just
To the
deploy
website.
live as well. You can just connect with your Vercel and all these things. Just like I have shared the live link, so you can just share your own as well, right?
Sure, 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 sure. I'll
Okay.
do that. I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you. So coming back to
Yeah.
the right, uh, I
Yeah.
guess now my screen is visible, right?
Uh, yeah. Your screen is visible. Yes. Yes. Your
Okay,
screen is
great.
visible.
Okay. So see, coming back to the vibe coding and all those things, right? So vibe coding is much more powered by the, prompt engineering, right? The skill that make the vibe coding work, right? You should be the kind of very, very good prompt engineer. What should be the input, right? What should be the flow? What should be the architecture of your, right? The every component or your idea, right? What is you want to make, right? So this is kind of very, very good thing, right? And see, if you see that, okay, my website or my application should look like this, right? If you have some sort of example, so you can actually give the example as well. Example in the sense, let's say I want to make a website similar to some other website. So you can actually paste the URL of that website, right? So it will actually go through that particular website URL, and right, it is going to see how this website is running, what is the theme, and all these things, right? And it is going to make a replica for you, right? A kind of clone for you, right? So that is also possible in this anti-gravity tool, right? But everything have some sort of drawbacks, right? This vibe coding is very, very good, right? Mean no means right. There is nothing to think twice, right? That okay, this vibe coding is not good. But the thing is that if you're serious about any particular project, let's say from idea to you want to make some sort of startup, right? You want to make some sort of scalable solution. So at that moment, do you think that vibe coding will work among the audience? Anyone who can just let me know? What do you say? Yes, anyone?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly. So at that moment, these kind of vibe coding is not going to work, right? It is only for the prototype, right? For the, it is moreover for the kind of making some sort of idea level things and all these things. Right? Because what happened, let me just tell you. Let's say if anyone knows the HTML, right? So there are the tags, right? So if you are going to actually make some sort of website, right, using vibe coding, so what happened, across the world, everyone is actually going to make the website and all these things. So what happens, sometimes the tags actually get similar, right? And it lead to the vulnerabilities in your system or in your application, whatever you are making, right? So anyone can actually get into your application. Anyone can actually, you can say hack, right? Moreover, hack is not a kind of good word, but we can say anyone actually go right in your database, right? Through these kind of hacks and all these things, right? So vibe coding is not a kind of good thing, right? Vibe coding actually collapse if you're building some sort of serious project. So now the question is that what is the solution? Right? So the solution is that, right, we need to have the understanding of the coding, right? So before going to the coding component, right, that okay, how you can make something from your own by doing the coding, let me just take you to the kind of more interesting stuff, right? Nowadays we have in the market, right, very, very famous word, right? And that particular word is called the MCP server. Anyone among the audience who have heard about the MCP server? I will just show you the demonstration, right? You will think, okay, I mean, damn, this is so good, right? I mean, it is actually going to, this is the backbone of the, automation we have right nowadays in the industry, right? Maybe you have heard about the jobs are going, right? So the answer is that why? So one of the example is one of the reason is MCP server, right? I'm just going to show you how and why, right? So anyone who can just let me know what is MCP server? If you know any idea, if you want to think, right? If you want to guess anything, right?
I think everybody is very new to tech, so I think
Okay, okay,
maybe
okay.
Abhinay, you are the right person to answer this. Yeah.
Okay, so let me just tell you, this MCP server is very, very, very basic thing, right? This is not a kind of rocket science, right? But the thing is that, right, this is more powerful as well, right? This is more powerful than a rocket, right? So let me just tell you why it is more powerful. Because this particular MCP server is actually helping, right, the developer or the company, right, just to make the automations, right? And the automation is so powerful nowadays, right? You just simply give one command, right? And whatever the workflow you know, you have created, right? Everything is going to be work in that particular way, right? So this is going to be very important, right? Now let me just show you. After this MCP server, I will just give you the kind of, the overview, what is MCP server and all these things. But before that, let me just show you one quick demonstration, right? I guess everyone have heard about Claude. Yes.
Yes.
Uh, okay, great. Okay. So, Claude is again the same kind of, the platform we have where we actually give the prompt, right? And we actually get the code, right? We get the output, right? And all these things. Okay. So what I'm just going to do, you just think about, you just simply think that MCP server is the one stuff, that thing, right? This is the one stuff we have. Okay. Claude code is the different thing. Claude code, sorry, Claude, right? Claude code or code, Claude, right? Moreover, the same thing, right? So if we talk about the Claude is nothing but, this is the kind of, we have the software you can say, or you can say the application where we actually give the prompt and give you the response back, right? So what you can do if you want to means practice this kind of, the demonstration, what I'm just going to show you, right? So what is the first thing you need to do? You need to again go to your, this Chrome, right? And you just type over here, Claude, right? And you can just simply go to the Claude.ai and you just simply download one, okay, my bad. So Claude, I can just write over here, desktop. Okay. So go to over here, right? And just download this Claude. right? The Claude is a very famous, right, application by the Anthropic, right? So we have the access over here. You can download for the Windows, for the Mac, right? So these are the things that you can just download, right? So see, once you are able to download, so in your system, when you are going to open the Claude, just like we did for the anti-gravity, right? Moreover, for every desktop application, the process is same, right? So you can just see over here, this kind of UI will come into the picture, right? And what do you do moreover with the Cloud Code, right? I have the free plan, right? Don't worry, if you have the free plan, you can also do this kind of stuff very easily, right? But again, the thing is that if you're going to use this more frequent, right, in your works and all these things, at that moment, what you need? You need to just purchase the plan. You need to upgrade. I mean, this is how the companies are making the money, right? Let's say I can just write over here, right? Tell me.
Shall we allow, Abhinay, sorry to interrupt, shall we allow everybody to download Claude and basically give them time, let them also try their hands on,
Yeah,
or
definitely.
what do you suggest?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so if you want to, you can just quickly download this Claude Code desktop, right? Hardly it will take, I guess, 1 or 2 minutes. That's it, right? You just integrate. It will ask you for some sort of authentication with your Gmail, right? So you can just simply give the access. That's it. In the kind of login, you can just simply say, right, in a way. So, I mean, I can just give you 2 to 3 minutes. If you want, you can just download, right? Just let me know somebody is downloading.
Yeah, I had an old version downloaded, so that's there on my
Okay.
desktop. In case anybody wants to download, you can just chat. They can just message in the chat box, and we'll just wait for 2 3 minutes for them to download.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, you can just
Yes,
try.
I'm downloading.
Yeah, yeah. So you just simply download, right? I'm just going to show you the kind of magic you will see, right? You will see the demonstration. This is very, very good thing. Means the anti-gravity is good, right? This is far good, right? As compared to the anti-gravity. Okay.
Also,
So
Abhay, other question I want to ask is like that anti-gravity. Na, I prepared a cricket schedule, like na, a cricket team schedule for the entire calendar year. So I got
mhm.
that web page right now, but it is showing in the C dot del my local drive. It is showing the address. How to make it the URL? I think you shared a URL right over here.
Exactly. So what you need to do for that particular purpose, I mean, we have the different platform which actually, I mean, which moreover, it is actually give you the flexibility to host for free, right? So Versal is
Okay,
one of
okay,
them, right? So if
okay,
you're going to write in the prompt, just host in the Versal, right? You just write this thing,
okay,
right? So maybe when the anti-gravity is going to have the authentication with the Versal, right? It will ask you that thing, that authentication part. That's it. Once the authentication is done, I mean, I have done already. So maybe that was not showing in my, in my
okay,
situation.
okay, okay. Because it is showing in
So
to me in the my C drive. It is the URL showing in my C drive. That I'll not be able to share with everyone, right? The way you
no,
you
no, no, no.
shared.
That will not work because that is the local one, right?
Correct,
Even
correct.
whatever the website that it has given you, that is the local host with some port name, right?
Got it, got it. So Versal is separate AI tool. Sorry, Versal I missed. It is separate AI tool, or it is an inbuilt
No,
tool in inside anti-gravity.
Versal is a very old platform, right? Just to deploy your website for free, right? You don't need to buy the resume, or sorry, you don't need to buy the domain for that particular purpose, right? So what happens if you want
Okay,
to have your own website? It's very obvious you need to have a domain .com .ai, right? And all these things. So maybe that is costly, but if you're developing some sort of, some prototype or the idea, right? If let's say I want to have my own portfolio, right? So
okay, okay.
I should buy that thing, right? I can just have abhinay.versal.app. That's it, right? So my
Got it,
portfolio will
got
be there. Yeah.
it, got it.
Okay. So I guess if somebody is trying, so I guess they have downloaded, right? So if they have downloaded, so they can just log in as well, right? They can just give the authentication. So this kind of message will appear, right? It is going to show you some sort of greeting, right? Whatever the name is there, right? Okay. Okay. So let me just continue, right? So I guess we can continue. Just let me know in the comment section if you're
Yes,
done.
I
sir.
don't know.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay, great. Okay. So see, now the thing is that let me just show you a few things. See, this Claude, right? This Claude is very, very powerful. Means maybe you have heard about the Mythos, right? See, Claude Fable, right? They are not currently available in India. they are available in US. I mean, they are more advanced. I mean, they actually find out the bug in the system, right? They actually find out the kind of vulnerabilities in the system, right? So the anyone can actually go through those works and the vulnerabilities, right? And they can actually get that particular website, or maybe you can say in a word, they can hack the website or the app and all these things, right? So I'm just simply using this Claude code. So what you can just see over here, when you will just click on this plus button, right? You will see add files. And maybe you have tried these as well. This is much more similar to the chat GPT, right? So if you want, see, like, let's say I'm just asking over here, uh, tell me, okay, let's say, tell me anything. Let's say if you have some sort of personalized documentation, let's say I have this presentation, right? So I can just come over here, right? This particular presentation I have in my PDF file. So I can just simply upload, right? And I can just ask over here, tell me about this PDF, right? So what it is going to do, it is actually going to, see this particular PDF. It is actually going to read this entire PDF, make the understanding, right? So you can just see over here and it is actually giving the entire result, right? So this is the one thing, right? So this is the one stuff that I have shown you. Then the second is that similar to the anti-gravity, you can actually have your own project, right? You just simply make a folder, and in that particular folder, if you are making some sort of website, any particular application, you can just do, right? Then one more thing is there, skills, right? So what is the skills over here? I mean, the thing is that, okay, let me just show you. Let's say I want to have the manager skill. Let's say you want to learn something, right? So skill creator have been created over here. If you want to learn something, if you want to improve your existing skills, so some sort of personalized thing the Claude have created for you, right? So you can just see over here, you can just browse those skills, right? Different we have. So you can just go with these stuff as well, right? Then after that skill, we have very important thing, right? And that is called the connectors. Meanwhile, all these are showing in my, right? Maybe it is not going to show in yours, right? Because you need to connect, right? See, what is connector? Just understand very simple. Connector is just like a Play Store or the App Store we have in our mobile phone, right? So what we have in the App Store, what we have in the, Play Store, we have the application, right? So connectors, again, actually they give you the access, right? Or they actually help you, right? To have the different, the application, right? So let me just show you. I will just go back, right? And I can just go to the connectors and I can just have the, I can just click over here, add connector, right? So add custom connector or browse connector. I'm just going to the browse connector. So you can just see over here. Don't you think so? These are looking like an application. The Gmail application, Notion, Atlassian, Slack, Google Drive, Google Calendar, Adobe Create, right? And Linear, right? Then we have the
Yes,
Bob,
yes, yes.
right? It is moreover similar to that, right? So what is connector? The connector is just like you can just say the App Store or the Play Store, right? So this kind of thing, right? The anthropic thought, what they thought, let me just tell you, right? Maybe you will also realize this thing, why they have thought just to build a connector over here. Let's say there is a situation that, okay, there is a kind of everyone have the Google Drive, right? So let's say in your Google Drive, there are n number of files, okay? And you want all these files are so messed up, right? That, okay, if you need to search something, right? Or if you need to see, or let's say we can just create more complex scenario. You remember that, okay, something was written in some file, but you don't know the name of the file, right? So what you will do? You are going to manually open every file, right? You are going to manually open every file. Then after that, you are going to see every file. So what do you say? How much time it is going to take? Anyone? Anyone who can just let me know? I mean, usually we do these kind of stuff. Yes or no?
Yeah, it will take like an hour or so, like
Exactly.
if you
Means
take
if you have so
even
many
more
of
than
files,
that.
it is actually going to take a lot of things, a lot of time,
Correct.
right?
Yes,
So
yes,
what
yes,
we can
yes.
do in that scenario, this particular Claude code, right? Or you can say the Claude, right? What it have the given a kind of flexibility, you can actually connect with your Google Drive, right? Something like that. Let's say I want to connect with my Google Drive. So, okay, if somebody is actually using this thing, what they can do, when I can just show you again, you just click over here in the plus sign, go to the connectors, right? go to the add connector and just see the two option you will get. Add custom connector. Add custom connector is for those people who know the coding, right? I will just show you this as well. Don't worry, right? That okay, how you can just create your own app or your own connector, right? But if you want some, that if you want to use some sort of the built-in connectors, right? So what do you can do? You can just simply click on this browse connector, right? Let's say I want to go to this Google Drive. So what I will do right now, means you will get the option over here connection, right? You need to connect over here. You just simply click over here, right? So what will happen? The kind of Google authentication will be performed, right? And when the authentication will be done, right? Then what you need to do? You need to just completely close this cloud, right? Means you cannot see why it need the the clothing. Maybe you have seen that some of the application whenever you install it need the system restart, right? So this is much more similar to that, right? What do you need? Let's say you have connected anyone who is doing, or they can just share their screen as well. If somebody wants to share, I can just help them out because I have already done, right? So, but I can just show you for the other tools as well, right? Well, let's say I don't have the Slack, right? So similar to like that you can just connect over here, right? So it will directly connect with your Slack application, right? So in similar to that, right, if you have the Google Drive, Gmail, so you can just connect with those as well. Just a one step, when you have to simply click, that's it, right? You don't need to worry about that thing. You have to simply give the authentication. What does the authentication mean? Now your Claude is actually having the access of your Google Drive, right? Now your Claude is actually having the access of your Google Drive. Now let me just show you how, right? See, just remember one thing, when you install or when you connect any particular application, you need to restart, right? From the scratch, just close and then again open plot, right? Remember this thing. Okay. So I will just go to some new chat, right? So this is my new chat. And when you will connect, you will see some sort of applications similar to this, right? So let's say I'm just asking the similar thing, right? Uh, Go to my drive. See, I'm just giving the very clear instruction, right? Go to my Google Drive, right? Google Drive and check, right? How many PDF I have, and is there any, right? Any file. See, let's say this is my one email, right? I can just show you. Just say Abhi, right? Just a second. Yeah. So I can just show you over here. This is my Google Drive, right? And this Google Drive is having so many of things, right? So questions, right? This one, and so many of things, right? I don't want to manually see all these stuff, right? What I want? I want to take the help of Claude because my Claude is actually having the access of this entire drive, right? So let's say I want to, Abhinay resume is there, right? This is my resume, right? Let's say I can just ask over here, go to my Google Drive and check how many PDF I have, and is there any file related to resume, right? So what will happen when you will give this prompt, your Sonnet, which is your model, right, which is available in this Claude, right, it is actually going to do the reasoning over this particular command, right? It will understand just like we the human do, right, in the same way. And again, it is going to hit enter, right? So you can just see over here, finding the tool. This is, see, we are having the the n number of the tool. So it is actually going to find out the most appropriate tool, right, for this particular work, right? Although if you will not define, right, that will also work. So you can just see over here, total 30 PDF file I have in my drive, right? And these are the, the different resumes I have, right, right, in my PDF file, right, in my Google Drive, sorry. Yeah. So you can just view, right? Let me just click on view. So I can just simply open as well, right? If you want to see the content, right? Okay, let's say I want to see the content of this one. So you can actually see the content of this, right? So you can just write over here, show me, right, the content of this from drive, right? So don't you think so? This is so good, right? It is actually doing the lot of thing for you, right? You don't need to open your drive, right? You don't need to worry what is present over there, right? You just simply give the access, right? You just simply give the command, right? And this is the moreover the kind of automation thing we have in the industry, right? This is the very small section of the automation, right? The companies, what they are doing, they are actually taking the entire databases, right? They are doing the automation and all these things, right? So this is so good, right? But the thing is that if you're going to use this tool, right, this is again going to be a vibe coding. So what do you need to be? You need to be a person, you need to be a developer, right? Who should code these kind of stuff, right? Who should know how to code these kind of things, right? Who should know, okay, how I can make my own application, right? Let's say here, if you will go to the connectors, right? If you will go to the connectors, so you can actually add the custom connectors as well. You should know, okay, how I can make my own custom connector for my organization. I mean, I hope, am I making myself clear, right? So for that particular thing, you should know the coding as well. But see, again, this is damn good, right? This is very, very good. See, show me the content, right? So it is actually showing me everything, right? So you don't need to worry about this thing. If you know some sort of content, so you just give the rough idea. See, just like the same thing happens with the song, right? You don't need the entire lyrics of the song, but you know few words, and based upon those few words, you actually search in Google, Spotify, or something like that, right? Moreover the same thing. Okay. Okay. Now let me just show you one more thing. Let's say I can just comes to my desktop, right? So give me a moment. Uh, okay, let me just close this as well. Okay.
While Abhinay is closing this and opening other this thing window,
Yeah.
any specific questions you guys have? Since see Vijay, Tina, Saurabh, Patrick, any questions, guys? I think he'll help you answer those. Were you guys able to work on Claude yourself while Abhinay was teaching?
Oh, anti-gravity.
Okay, anti-gravity. Claude is also mean you can just go through that particular stuff, right? So that is also mean so good. Okay, let me just show you one quick demonstration.
Yeah,
See, as you can just see in my desktop, right? There is no file, right, with some script regarding the Python, right? Add.py. You can just see no, right? So there is a one script, right? This is the Python script, but rest of the script we don't have with the add.py. What I want, my goal is that I want to make a one Python script just to add the two numbers, right? And I want to save in my desktop, right? So for that particular thing, again, I'm just going to open my Claude code, right? And for this particular thing, what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to use the connector that is called the file system, right? When you will go to the add connector, just go and browse, right? And you just type over here, file system, right? And when you will click on this, you just simply connect and you just simply enable, right? When you will enable, it is actually going to ask you the path, right? That which part of your system you want to give the access to this particular Claude. I hope I'm making myself clear. Which part of the system, right, you want to give the access to this particular Claude, the entire or some specific, right? So I have given for the desktop only, right? So what I will do, I will again go back, right? I'm just going to close this, right? What I will do, I will just write over here, write a basic code, right? For addition, right? In Python, the two numbers, right? And save it in desktop, right? So what I will do, I will just simply hit enter, right? And I can just show you parallelly. Let's see, it is actually, uh, I can just show you the desktop, right? So right now you can just see over here, see, it has created the addition.py. I hope you can just see, right? So done, the file addition.py has been, it is saved to my directory to the desktop, this and this. Okay, let me just make the changes. What kind of changes I want to make? Okay, now add, okay, let me just show you the code as well, right? So that will be much more clear. So see, this is the very basic code for the addition of the two numbers, right? Let's say I want to add one more thing, right? And what is the stuff that, okay, I want to, just give me a second. Actually, so much of the things are open in the background, right? So maybe it is lagging somewhere. Okay. Okay, let's say I want to add new function, or okay, let's say I want to add, right, one function, right, to the same code, right, to subtract two numbers, right? I will again hit enter, right? So what it will do, it will again go and access this particular file, which is available in your desktop, right? And what it is going to do, it is actually going to make again the changes, right? So I can again just show you, uh, my bad. Okay, just a moment, right? Just give me a moment. Yeah. So, okay. So again, I can just show you, right? So see, now you can just see over here the same file, right? It is again going to have one more additional function. So this is the thing that you can see. This is complete automation. Do you think I have created this thing manually? No. Neither I have written the code nor I have created the file in my desktop, right? Everything is actually doing the stuff in a very, vibe coding way. So this is the real vibe coding, right? So, okay, let me just close some stuff. Okay. Yep. So I hope, this thing is making sense to everyone. What do you feel about this thing? Just let me know. You can just unmute yourself and you can just comment as well. What do you think? Right? Isn't it this is something very, very cool stuff we have, right? Which is actually working in the field of automation. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt, guys. Anand, I just sent you a private message on this chat. Please take a look. Thank you.
Sorry, I did not understand. Who's this?
Okay, sorry, Anand, this is Vijay. I just sent you a message on the chat. Please take a
Oh,
look.
okay.
Thank,
Okay,
thank you.
sure, sure. Okay, thanks.
Okay. So anyone is having any kind of, any idea if you want to say anything about this Claude code, something like that. So yes. I guess you just try this thing, right? This is means, this is going to be, let me just show you one more stuff. Okay. Let's say I want to set the reminder. Okay. You just tell me. Uh, okay. Let's take one problem. Let's say you have a meeting, right? After, let's say right now it is the, right, 10:07, right? PM IST, right? Let's say I want to create or I want to schedule a meeting, right? At 11 PM IST for today, right? So what do you guys do, guys? Just let me know, right? Let's say you are going to use the Google Meet, right? Gmeet or Google Meet, right? These kind of stuff. Just let me know. What do you do? Yes, among the audience, anyone who want to share that what kind of thing they do? Uh, yes, maybe.
Yeah, so
Can
I
you please
happen
repeat your
to, yeah, please, can you please repeat the question, Abhinay?
Yeah, yeah. So my question is that let's say you want to schedule a meeting, right? Uh, Maybe let's say at 11, okay, you want to schedule a meeting in a Google Meet. So what do you do normally? I hope my question is clear.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you do? So just let me know. I guess moreover you go to the Google, right? Gmeet, right? You just schedule the meeting, right? You just type all these stuff, don't you? Right? You just write over here, Google Meet, right? You just hit enter, right? Just click over here, right? You just click on new meeting, right? Then after that, you just schedule a meeting in a Google Calendar. I hope so, right? The
Yes.
same. Yeah, okay. Now let me just show you the automation way of the same stuff, right? Okay, so before it's hang, right? So I'm really sorry. So n number of things are running in the system. So okay, so let me just close few stuff, right? Then I can just show you the same thing. Okay. Okay. So now what I can do, I can just simply use one more connector, right? So the connector name is Google Calendar, right? You just add your Google Calendar, right? The same way that we did for other application, right? With this particular, Cloud Code. Okay. So once you are able to add, so you will see these kind of stuff, right? So, and again, the same thing, if you add any particular connector, you just simply close your Cloud Code, then again restart, right? Okay, let's say I'm just writing over here. See, okay, let me just show you. So what I can just show you for, this is my Google Calendar, right? I just created one meeting, right? This one, right? I want to just delete this one. So as you can just see over here, I don't have any meetings so far, right? For today, right? Okay. Okay. So now what I want to just create this kind of meeting. So what I can just write over here and make sure that the Gmail, right? Whatever you are using for this particular Cloud Code, right? It is going to do the same thing, right? Associated with the same Gmail ID, right? It should be the same. Okay. So I am going to write over here, create a meeting, and you know, I hope you're getting the idea, right? I mean, it will do, yeah. So in the Google, right, calendar, right, at 11, right, p.m. IST for today, right, with the subject or heading you can write, right, meeting with, right, let's say I'm just writing over here, Siddhant's father, right, regarding AI, or let's say regarding agentic AI, right? I will hit enter. Okay. So what you can just see over here is again finding the tool, and what kind of tool it got, calendar event, right? So see the meeting created successfully, and here is the summary, right? Now let me just show you. So again, the automation, right? This is again the same thing. So you can just see over here, the meeting have been created. You can just share the link, right? So see, copy this link and you can just share, right? To whom you want to just share. So don't you think so? This is again going to be very interesting stuff. Just let me know. And what do you say, right?
Yeah, this saves a lot of time.
Exactly. So this is how the automation actually works. And this is all these things are only possible because of the MCP server, right? And this is the major reason that why the world is actually running behind the MCP server, why they wants to make everything right in a kind of automation, right? In an automated way, you can say, right? Okay. So again, the same thing. I mean, we did the vibe coding, right? Let me just tell you this thing. We just did the vibe coding, right? But the thing is that we don't want to become a vibe coder, right? We need to understand the, the working of this entire stuff, right? So for that particular thing, right, again, coming back to the slide, I guess this is all about means from the Claude code. Now you can do n number of things, whatever you want to do, right? I mean, this is the few examples that I can just show you so far, right? So this is the MCP server, which stand for the Model Context Protocol, right? I mean, the detailing wise, this is so good, right? This is the nervous of the AI system, right? Nervous system, you can say, of your AI agent, right? And you have the application, you have the client, right? You have the MCP server, right? So MCP server is always associated with your some tools, right? What kind of tool? Your Claude Code, Gemini, OpenAI, with all these things, right? Okay. So see, I just shown you the desktop control, the Gmail control, the Google Drive. I just shown you for the Google Calendar. In the same way, you can just do for other connectors as well, right? But let's say you don't want to use all of these, right? Let's say you have some specific problem. You want to develop your own connector, right? So for that particular thing, it's very obvious you should know the Python, right? The coding language, right? And you should know the coding as well. Then only you can actually move into the more personalized way. I hope I'm making myself clear,
Yeah,
right? So yeah,
but with vibe coding, I think if vibe coding, if you're able to build your own website, vibe coding, if you're able to like arrange for your Google Meet, Google Drive,
mhm,
if you're able to access all the documents, right, and you're able to create a file on your desktop. These are four applications I think you taught us today. I think
yeah.
do we really need Python coding, Abhinay? What is your
Uh,
frank opinion?
but the thing is that, see, you will become a user, right? You will not become a developer. I hope
Okay, okay,
I'm making myself clear, right?
yes,
So
yes,
see, the user can be anyone, right? And if you are a user, right, there is no job guarantee. Because a person who does not know anything, they can also do this thing, right? But for a developer, you should know the coding, right? I hope,
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And then I think
So,
with coding, I think understanding coding, you will also be able to make it more customized, right? I think otherwise
exactly.
with vibe
The
coding, it would be
coding
like generic for everybody.
very true. I mean, the coding, right, unlock the unlimited AI personalization for yourself, right?
Correct, correct,
From
correct.
company to company, right? These things actually happen. You want to unlock something, right? You want to have your own personalized stuff and all those things. So it's very obvious you need the coding, right? So means I can just show you the designing the MCP server from the scratch, but yeah, we are running out of time because we have to conclude more things as well, right? But maybe in the next session, right, we can just uh, do this thing, right? MCP coding from the scratch instead of consuming the connectors, right? How we can build our own connector, right? Okay, so now after this, I mean, I can just give you the one quick, now I will just show you the code, right? Okay, the how the code actually works, right? And very famous thing, right? We have from the generative AI and from the agentic AI, right? You can say the agentic AI or the generative AI, right? That is called the RAG, right? I guess a few of the people know what is RAG. Anyone who knows what is RAG? Yeah.
No, I'm not
Okay.
aware actually. Very people
Oh,
are very new, I feel, to RAG, no? Yeah, you can just explain.
see, let me just tell you what is RAG. Let's say I just told you, even I have just shown you. Maybe you haven't analyzed that. Okay, this is the RAG. Okay, not to worry. Let me just show you. I will go to the new chart, right? So let's say I'm asking over here. Okay, let's say you have some sort of policies document, something very close to yourself with this particular model does not know, right? Let's say I'm having a file, this one. So do you think my this particular PDF file my this model knows? So the answer is no, right? But let's say what I want to just have a question answering with this particular PDF file, right? So whenever you want to have the question answering with this particular PDF file, right? Although this particular component is not available, right? Already with this Claude, right? I need to upload over here, right? Now I can just answer, right? What is the agenda of this masterclass, right? Masterclass. So when I'm just hitting enter, right, it is actually going to show me some sort of output, right? It is going to gather the things, right? To see what is the agenda, the vibe coding, the drawback, MCP server, common MCP server, and all these things. That's 6 agenda here, right? So this is the RAG, right? And I mean, this is how the RAG is so powerful. Actually, you can upload your own document. You can have the question answering with your own document, right? And this is the RAG over here. Okay. So, okay, now let me just show you one code, right? By doing the code. Okay. So, okay, how I can just start before going to this particular code and all those things, right? Let me just give you the one quick idea, right? What we are going to do. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to make a very simple chatbot, very, very, very basic chatbot, the generative AI chatbot. I'm not going to use these tools and other things, right? Because being a developer, if you're going to be the consumer of these tools, right? So, I mean, you are not a developer. I mean, let me very true, right? I mean, then you are a user of AI, right? We need to be the developer for the AI, right? For the AI world and all these things. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just simply going to make the AI chatbot, right? And this AI chatbots will be powered by LLM. I guess everyone knows LLM, the large language model, the Claude, right? We have the GPT, right? We have the, Gemini, right? Then, we have the DeepSeek, right? So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to consume these model, right? With the help of some API. What is the API? Application Programming Interface, right? It is just like a waiter, right? Who take your order, go to the kitchen. When the order get prepared, he will again take the order back to you, right? So if we talk about the API is actually the same thing, right? So let's say I can just show you over here. let's say this is you, right? And let's say we are having the GPT model, right? And this GPT model is actually hosted in some cloud, let's say Azure cloud, right? So let's say if you want to make your own chatbot, at that moment, I have integrated the GPT with my chatbot. So what will happen when you will ask, okay, tell me about AI. So when you are writing, tell me about AI, so that message will be carried to your GPT, right? With the help of what? API, right? Application Programming Interface. Okay. And the GPT will do the reasoning. GPT is just like a brain, right? So see what our brain actually do. You give the information, right? It do the reasoning, it understand, right? So once it is able to do the understanding and the reasoning over the GPT, right? Then again the API will carry back the response, right? And it will give to the end user. And this is how we actually see the result, right? Okay. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to make this very small application and I will just going to show you some stuff as well. All right, just don't worry. Okay. So this is again going to be much more interesting and this time just going to show everything via coding, right? So let me just take you to the one very, very famous platform we have that is called the Azure AI Foundry, right? So this is paid, right? But yeah, if you're the college student, right, this is free for you. You can actually access with your college email ID, right? So this will be free for you, right? And even, yeah, if you have startups or something like that, if you have company, something like that, so you can actually apply as a startup as well. So they are again going to give you the free credits, right? So you can just enjoy for a year, right? So you can just see over here, if I just going to click, so this is my landing page, right, of this particular service, Azure Microsoft Foundry. And I'm just going to click in the model catalog. So what you're going to see, there are n number of models, right? So I guess maybe for the first time you are going to see these number of models at the same place, right? So see, GPT, Mythos, Fable, GPT latest, Kimi, right? Grok, DeepSeek, from the Metas, from the Microsoft as well, right? Then from the Kimi, Cohere, right? From the Mistral, right? Again, it is loading. I mean, there are n number of model we have, right? So what I want to use any one of the model, right? And I want to make a small chatbot application. Okay. So what I can do, let's say I'm just going over here in the OV Mini 4, right? You just click over here. Okay. So, and what you need to do, you need to actually deploy over here. Okay. So once you will deploy, use this model. So if I want to use this model, I can just show you just a moment. Yeah. So I've already deployed this model. I'm really sorry. If you want, you can actually use the different model as well, right? And even you can just see in my model plus endpoints, right? This model is already deployed, right? And when the model, okay, I can just show you, okay, let me just show you some different as well, right? That will make sense. Total 181 model we have. Let's say I want to deploy this GPT chat latest. So I can just confirm, right? So this is the deployment name and everything, and I can just simply create a, deployment. Okay. So what does this deployment mean? This means that now you are going to have the access to use this particular model whose name is GPT Chat Latest, right? And how you can access, see, just like if you want to go inside your home, right? What do you need? The first thing is that let's say you are somewhere else, right? So first, what is the first thing you need? The first thing is that you need the address, right, of your home, right? So this is the address of your model, right, of that particular model, whatever you want to access. So this is must. What is the second thing? Once you reach the location, right, of your home, just to unlock your home, you need the key. So this is the key, right? So just to unlock your model, just to have the query with your model, so you need this thing as well, right? So these two things are very, very important, right? And see, when you will deploy, so it is actually going to give you some very, very basic code that you can just try, you can just write, you can just simply run as well. Okay. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just simply going to use this particular model, right? So I'm just connecting, this is my Google Colab file, right? So it will tell you the library that will, which you need to install. So I'm just writing over here, pip install OpenAI, right? So I will just install this particular library, okay? So once I'm done, right? So it will take a while, I guess. Yeah, it is done. Now I will start writing the code, right? What is the code? The first thing I need to import the operating system. Operating system in a way just to have the, kind of communication between the multiple files, right? Then I need to have the OpenAI, right? Because I'm using the GPT model from the Azure Chat OpenAI, right? Then after that, I will have my endpoint. What is the endpoint? The same thing, the address of your model, where your model is actually hosted in the Azure server, right? So you will see this. This is the name, right? Whatever. This is very personalized link, right? I mean, for every developer, right? This is the name of the model that I'm just going to use. Then I'm having the deployment as well, right? Just try to see, right, what is happening. If you're not aware about the code and all these things, just don't worry, right? Then after that, we have the subscription key, right? This is very, very important, right? I mean, this is very confidential as well, right? Because you don't need to share with anyone, right? So then we have the API version, right? Then after that, we are going to, create one client Azure Chat OpenAI function, right? What the function is doing, that function is going to actually consume all these stuff, right? So API version, then endpoint, then subscription, right? Then I need to close. What is this client? The client is nothing but this is actually representing your LLM, your model. Which model? O4 mini from the GPT, right? Then after that, I can just show you the one more thing that is called the chat completion dot create. And what it says that
I think your screen got hanged or something. Is it only me, or is anybody able to hear Abhinay? Just want to understand.
Uh, no, Abhinay got stuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Abhinay was stuck. Okay, I think let's wait for a minute or so. We'll come back. But any questions, guys? I think while Abhinay joins, any questions? Are you guys able to understand, relate to what he's saying, or just want any feedback maybe from Abhinay? Have you joined? I think you got stuck in between, Abhinay. Uh, I think for the last 20 seconds or so, I think we're not able to hear you.
yeah. Now you're able to hear me.
Yeah, now we are able to hear you. Yeah. So
Okay, I'm
last
really
20 seconds, I think 20-30 seconds we lost you. You can continue.
okay.
While I
Okay,
was
yeah.
just asking the students if any questions, are they able to relate? Are they able to understand? Yeah,
Okay. So I guess now you can just see my screen, right? So yeah. So I'm
correct,
just
correct.
writing
Yeah.
over here. The role is the system master, right? After that, what I'm just going to define what I want to ask to my model, right? So again, the role is that user. So let's say I'm going to parrot, what should I see over there, right? Then after that, I'm just going to close this particular response, right? And here I'm just going to show you know, the max completion token. What does it mean? That, okay, what should be the limit that you want to give the output, right? Then the deployment name I have, what kind of model I'm just simply using over here. So that is your O4 mini. So that is okay, right? Then whatever the response I'm just getting, I need to just simply print, right? So this is my response. Okay, now let me just run this, right? So I'm just writing over here. I'm just going to parrot, what should I see? So when I'm just querying this particular thing, so this query will go to my model, right? With the help of what? With the help of these credentials. These credentials are so important, right? Without these credentials, how you are going to hit the model which you have hosted in Azure's, right? This cloud. So when I'm just running, so you will see over here in a quick, right? In a, 30 to 40 second, it is actually going to give you the response, right? And okay, I will just show you. See, this is the response that your model is actually giving you, right? Uh, right? And this is the control. See, it is just iconic landmark, world-class museum, historic churches and places, right? Charming neighborhood and parks, right? Unique experiences, practical tips, and all these things. Okay. Now let me just show you that, okay, how to different from the, the chat GPT or some other application. I mean, why we are doing the coding over here and what is special about that? See, what I can do, I can just write over here. You are the very helpful assistant. Okay, let me just write over here. You are a doctor, right? And don't answer, right? Anything apart from medical domain. So what you can do over here, you can actually control the behavior of your model, right? And what you can write, say sorry, right? Again, I'm just running and the query will be same. I'm going to parent, what should I see, right? So what you will get in the output, let's see what kind of output you are getting. Sorry, but I cannot help with that, right? What you have seen previously, that okay, that was giving you the result, right? But now what you can just see over here, it is not able to going to give you the result. The reason being is that we are simply controlling this LLM. And maybe you have seen that sometime now what happened, there are so much of very sensitive information, right? We mean the model have, right? But it's never give you. Let's say you want to, okay, maybe this is very right. Let's say you want to make something bomb, some RDX and all these things. Although the information is there, right? It is very sensitive, right? But it is not going to give you, right? That means someone is there in the backend, someone is writing these kind of query, right? They know the coding very, very well, right? They can actually controlling everything, right? So this is the major reason that why you need the coding, right? I mean, why the coding is so important, right? Being for a developer, right? You cannot do these kinds of stuff with the vibe coding. Okay. And yeah, so this is the very basic chatbot we have, right? But let's say if I want to ask over here, I have fever.
So Abhinay,
So
Abhinay, I'm trying to be a timekeeper. Huh? We're already 10:30.
yeah,
So I think if you
yeah.
want to just
So it is,
have the last and you want to wrap up the session because I think people are
exactly.
also, they might also have some other assignment,
Yeah,
other commitments they might have. Yeah.
yeah. So you can
Yep.
just see.
But
So if I'm asking, I have the fever, so it is saying that I'm sorry to determine whether you have fever. Please take the temperature level, thermometer, and all these things. Now it is giving you the response as well, right? So do you have any kind of accompanying some sort of symptom, chills, shivering, sweating, headache, and all those things, right? So this is how we can just do the things right with the help of coding, right? And this is the major difference between the vibe coding. Means I have just shown you the complete, right, the workflow of how your vibe coding actually works, right? How we can actually use the different tools for the automation as well. And MCP server is the kind of very very good thing we have in the market nowadays, right? The controlling every stuff, right? And yeah, but if you want to make your own MCP server, something like that, it's very obvious you should know the coding, right? So yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining. Yeah, so and being over here, right, for I guess 1.5 hours, right? I guess. Okay. Thank you so much. So
yeah,
this is
so
all
yeah,
right.
Abhinay,
Yeah.
so while you were teaching, right, I was able to do 2, 3 projects. I just want to show you, like, if that is okay. I can
Okay.
just quickly, yeah, yeah. So let me just share my screen. I think while you're teaching, I was busy in the background working on few small projects that I think you were teaching. So
Okay.
this is one of the one, right? You asked us to prepare to make a invite on the calendar, Google Calendar. So
Yeah,
with the
you are
help
right.
of Claude,
Mhm.
I booked a session for with you tomorrow,
Okay.
Agentic AI Revision, 10 to 11. I hope you join that
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So using this Claude, I think
Mhm.
I added this, right? You help asked us to add. I added Canva, I added Google Calendar, I added Google Drive.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Google Calendar I was able to book, and also Google Drive also, right? I use Google Drive connector as well.
Exactly. You
Um,
that as well. Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, I
So
use
see,
Google Drive
right
also, and I
now.
summarize one of my documents. Yeah.
Yeah, right
Sorry, you were
now
saying something.
you are a AI consumer, right? But if you want to
Correct,
become
correct,
an
correct.
AI developer, so you
Yeah,
should know
yeah,
that okay, how these MCP server and all these things are actually getting code in the
correct,
background,
correct,
right?
correct, correct,
So
correct.
we
So
don't need
I happen to summarize this document. This document I retrieved from my Google Drive,
okay,
and I
okay, great.
summarize
Okay.
this.
Yeah. So this is the
And
automation.
one more. This website also, now, which I was saying that you were asking to prepare, but this is actually in in my C local drive. But I
Yeah.
was able to prepare this my first website also. I think it's about more about cricket, ICC
Yeah.
Men's T20 World Cup. But yeah, I think it looks good. The number of fixtures scheduled.
Yeah, definitely
So
depends on the architecture that what you want to design, right? You should be very
correct,
clear about your thought, right? What you want to convey to this particular, tool via prompt. So that is very
correct,
important.
correct. Yeah, so I'm happy. At least I can prepare make my first website, book my first Google Calendar invite. So thanks, Abhinoy, for your guidance. I think others might definitely have few questions. Right? Yeah.
So if anyone is having any kind of question, so just feel free to ask me. Yeah. So I will be more happy just to answer your question.
I
So
had
any
one.
question? Yeah, Riya, please, please.
So previously you typed role user, and then after that you wrote content, and inside you wrote the type of input you would like to the chatbot. But what if someone from the like if someone else wants to type something else, like here you are here you know what you want to ask the chatbot, but what if someone else wants to ask a question that's not related to the content you have entered?
Okay, so at that moment, what we can do, we can actually give the access to the system message to the end user as well. So that is also possible that we can just define those things as well using there is something that is called the prompt template, right? So there are some prompt template, I mean, you can actually use them with the help of some frameworks are there. Let's say LangChain, we have very popular framework, right? Haystack we have, so you can actually use those framework, right? And you can just do that stuff as well.
So we can't simply use the input, for example, like when we usually code in Python, we can ask the user to enter their input. So we can't use that here.
Uh, we can use, yeah. I mean, that is the same thing we define inside the prompt template. I mean, that you are asking now, that system message. So we can just define the same thing in the prompt template as well. That, okay, you need to answer from this particular category, right? You don't need to jump to some other category. So you can just define inside the prompt template. So, I mean, how I can just show you, just a second. Let me just show you, I have the some file. Uh, Give me a moment. Okay. So I'm just sharing my screen. So you can just see over here, we have the few things, right? Let's say you want to maintain C. This is the prompt template, right? This is how you can just, I mean, this you told now that, okay, you can just simply define inside the Python that, okay, this should be the input and all these things. But this is how you can just simply control, right? So this is
Okay.
the way, yeah. So this is the very basic prompt template. We have the different prompt template, chat prompt templates. See, you are the professional expert that this and this, right? I hope you're getting my point. And even you can just, you can just tell the example as well. That okay, that you should answer in this particular flow, right?
Okay.
So yeah, anyone else is having any kind of doubt or they want to, uh, you know, ask something.
Yeah, any questions, guys? Please feel free to ask if you have any questions. I think I see Tina, Roger, Vijay, Ria, Patrick, Patricia.
Yeah,
I
one more
think
question. I
Ria.
guess you mentioned something as MongoDB while anti-gravity. Just wanted to know what's that.
Yeah. I did mention that thing as well. Means whenever you want to connect your backend, right? You just again simply give the access. That's it, right? And the MongoDB and everything is going to be connected on its own.
Does that answer your question? Does that answer your question, Ria? Are you there? Ria, does that answer your question? Or do you have any follow-up question?
I think some technical error from her side. Matlab it's showing joining beside her
Okay.
name. Yeah.
Okay. I think anything else, Abhinay? I think thanks a lot. I think this has been
Yeah,
a
thank
very
you
good
so much.
session.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Yeah,
having me. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
sure. Yeah. Any Abhinay parting note before we wrap up the call, today's call?
sorry, can you just come again?
Any last note, a parting note, or any thoughts before we wrap up the call?
See, the thing is that means so what I believe that we don't need to become a AI user, right? I mean, along with the
Correct,
AI user, we need to become a AI developer as well. So
correct,
if we
correct,
want to excel, right, more. So we should know that, okay, how the things are going to be created, right? We should know the fundamental and everything.
correct. So basically, if you want to be in a non-technology, non-AI field, then you can be a AI user. But if you want to be into a technology field, in computer science, in technology, in AI field, then you have to be an AI developer where you need to understand coding. For non-technology people, it's okay. You can survive. Like person like me who's not from a technology or teaching background, I can use vibe coding. But person who really wants to be who really wants to make it high in technology world, they need to get into coding, right? That's what the summary will be. Thanks, Abhinay. I think thanks for a wonderful session. Thanks everyone for being a very patient and very interactive audience. And we'll be having more such master classes with Abhinay, with our other teachers, with IITians, with some other good teachers, right? So keep a track of our sessions, and we'll meet you soon. Thanks everyone. Thanks for running the session, Karthik. Thanks everyone.
So much. Have a good day.
Thank you again. Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you.